One, two, three. Welcome to another episode of the podcast with your host, ELCHIPPYY, and my co host, Avenge Wolf,
What up, everybody?
and our guest, our star, Rektonarrival.
Hi.
uh, we have pulled the strings. We got the interview. We got Rek here. We're gonna ask him all the same question: who he had sex with first in life. I'm kidding, but yeah, here we go. What's up? How are we doing today?
It was my old boss's daughter.
Well,
Your old boss's daughter. That's a way to go out, man.
I guess that answers a lot
14.
of questions.
I guess just diving into it, like, tell us a little bit about yourself, Rick. You kind of came into the streaming world by surprise. You're a man of mystery. Just kind of backfill us a little bit on who you are.
I'm wrecked. I don't know. I guess I can kind of touch a bit. Like, I never really said why and why. So where I came from. Like I've always watched streamers, and like I've always, not always. Started like 2019 ish, and then I started like I'd play with some people that would stream and whatnot, and yeah, that's kind of really all it was. Is I just watch streamers.
Like, did it like help you through like a period of life, like watching other people?
Yeah, so that's actually like when people asked me why, like when I went on that was, so it was 2018, 2019 area or whatever. um Kind of was going through it, just working. I was a director of operations for a company, and it was like it was just a lot of work. It was kind of stressful, but at the same time, my family had lost their. My mom owned her own business, and so did my dad, and they lost it because of COVID. So it was just kind of like stressful time, and like I would work so much, um, and just kind of getting on the game was always like, I know it's so cliche and corny. It was like my way of getting out of like some time to be getting out of being stressed all the time. And the other thing too was, though, like if I couldn't get on the game, or I'd just go watch some streamers, and like when some of them interacting and whatnot, it was just like a way. It was just like my escape, and it was a way to like not think about how bad things were at the time, because they were. I'm like downplaying it, but it was really bad. I was working like 6-7 days a week, and I was salary, so it didn't.
Yeah,
It's not like I was making more off of it.
after 40 hours, it's for fun. It's giving back to the company after 40
Right.
hours. Yeah, I feel you. I know you said it was cliche and you hear it a lot, but no, that is a therapy. That is an escape. I'm the same way with streamers. Once I get locked into the game or whatever they're doing, or just talking to them, like I can break away from the real world struggles for just a little bit and have that moment to myself. So I feel you there.
Yeah.
Do you like what brought you up through the crypto stuff? Like, how did you develop and get into that? Do you want to share that? How that helped
Yeah,
you?
I'll share parts of it. So like, it was when I was, I like remember I was like still gaming at the time, like all the time, and I would always go on Twitter and just like read about whatever, because I was not good at. The only thing I like when I first started playing, it was Call of Duty, and 2019. I had never played Call of Duty before though, and I was trying to figure it out with some like IRL friends, but I went and met some other kids that I play with, and they kind of like took me under their wing and just showed me how to play and taught me a lot. And like they're guys that I still play with a lot to this. Well, not as of recently, but like to this day, I still talk to a lot of them and play with them. And they like showed me like quick scoping when, and that was kind of like where I really like doing. Um, but so I would go on Twitter and just read whatever about whatever, but it was always like gaming stuff. And then somebody had posted something about, it was like a small account, I remember too, and it was pushing, it was trying to like, it was Shiba at the time, and so I kind of looked into it then, and like I was like, oh wow, people are making like typical, oh wow, I can make a lot of money off this. And again, this is when I was going through a time of like financially, it was awful position. And I was trying to help my family too, and they were in not the best spots either at all. Actually, they were not at all. They couldn't. My dad couldn't afford the bills and such. And I remember I started with $300, and even that was like I was so over leveraged, like I should have. And I pretty much just, when you're in these like groups and whatnot, you can watch how people are moving and whatnot. I didn't like buy one thing and then that changed my life. It was just like watching and learning like how people were doing things and such. And I remember learning so this is like the meme people. The one thing I figured out that was my like bread and butter for a long time was I would go on Etherscan or BSC scan. And now if you were to try to do this, you'll just lose all your money. But what I would do is uh what's it called? There's a part in there where it shows like the like the tokens that were just launched, and I would buy a little bit of all of them. Some of them I'd lose all the money on, but then there's some of them I'd make good money on. And like during this time, there's now you have all these like different trackers, you've got all these snipers and all this stuff now, but however long ago that was, they didn't have all that stuff. So I was like making the most out of it. And yeah, and then I learned like actual trading and such.
So with that, you like you said, you're in a very stressful time. You got your family, you're working a ton of hours, you're trying to support. Like, how did you manage to be able to stay on top of that, plus work, plus your family?
Um, well, when you're in a situation like that, however you feel doesn't matter. All that matters is getting done whatever you have to get done. So I just, I knew that if I didn't go to work, if I didn't, perform there, I wouldn't be able to help my family. So it wasn't really anything.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just you just got to do it.
The fight or flight instinct, and you fought hard, and I can tell it's worked out for you very well. So I'm guessing everything with your family's good now. We're past COVID, and
Oh,
everything's back
we're
on track for everybody.
beyond. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good, 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 good. That's exciting to hear.
It was all like financial things that were the issues.
Yeah, and unfortunately, in America, like financial issues just seem to drown more and more people. But again, like everybody needs to listen, is there's a time to give up and there's a time to keep pushing, and you got to know when to keep pushing, and that's what you did. So, um, one of the big things, where like I said, the streaming space, you watch streamers. So you got into gifting, and everybody, obviously, you've probably had some people start following you, and because that's just how some of the space is. What's your experience with being one of the top gifters for people, or just being somebody that's been able to show that kind of generosity towards streamers? What's the good and the bad that you've seen?
Um, Honestly, the only bad is like I just because like obviously I gravitated more towards kick because it, there was only I just like their split, but
Oh, yeah.
people like to make drama out of everything, and it's weird.
Yeah,
That's the bad.
I mean, you and I have had a bunch of
Yeah, we've talked
conversations.
about
Yeah,
like
we've had like a bunch of conversations around this, like how these streamers act. It's hard to talk about it for me because I'm in the streaming space. That's how Rec met me. It it's just one of those things. Is like you would ask me, "Hey, do you see this? What does this mean?" It's just like, well, they're a fucking
yeah,
idiot. And like the truth is, like, these streamers are idiots. They act like you don't see anything. They don't, because these streamers treat gifters the same way each time to get like the last dollar they can like suck out of them, and it's like so obvious.
Yeah, they think if they tag them in a going live post, that means they're instantly going to get subs and things like that, and then they start interacting with you. They kind of interject themselves into your circle to try to get closer, and realistically, I mean, Rhett, just having this conversation with you and seeing you work through Twitter, I can tell you're a very intelligent person, so you can probably smell the bullshit a mile away.
looks can be deceiving. No, thanks, man. Yeah, no, you can usually see it's pretty
It can be pretty
obvious
obvious.
that
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just one of those things. Is like even when Rec and I
I
were.
mean, I've had people like straight up just like ask me for money, and like some of them, they just get right to it. Which, hey,
I mean,
I guess it doesn't hurt to ask.
I guess they got the
But
cojones for that, right?
yeah,
I mean, get your bag right, but like at the same time, like that awkward position that you try to put people in by basically being like, "Hand me money."
yeah, I can see where some people might feel awkward. I'm a very direct person, and I'm a very kind of just say, you know, how I feel or whatever
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
thinking kind of thing.
yeah.
Where I can see like for some others it might be an issue and such. I don't necessarily have that though. Doesn't really bother me.
Okay. Um. So so I guess how you said you gravitated towards kick, and I like the 95-5 split. If you're going to give your money to somebody, I would rather them get as much as possible.
Right.
So what's overall experience with kick? How's that been for you?
Oh, I mean I love kick personally. I mean there's a couple times they like my card got locked out, but other than that, that was more of just like calling my bank and telling kick like, nah, like I'm straight, everything's good. And then after that though, I love kick personally. Like people get all upset about, oh, you allow so and so or whatever to do this or whatever. It's like, yeah, people will, create their own value. And what I mean like that is like, if they're doing things that you don't agree with or whatever, don't watch them. Even if it is something like completely immoral, they will. They're not going to get viewers. They're gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they'll
I don't think
eventually
it's
fall off.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Well, it's that concept people don't understand. If you don't like it, you don't want to see it. Stop sharing it and stop talking about it.
But
Like,
Yeah.
yes, bring certain things up if they're doing illegal stuff on camera. Like, you need to probably be like, "Hey, guys, stop that." But like, if it's just them being knuckleheads, let it go. Let it go.
or the simple thing
Yep.
is like don't watch it. Like
Hmm.
I think that's the hardest thing for people too is like they can't not watch it. I don't know if it's like a human nature thing, but for me, it's just like if I don't agree with it, I don't watch it. It's very simple. It's easy to do. It just I think how the world works right now is just they're so inclined into other people's lives. Ever since like 2015, I have to say, it's kind of been like that. The whole like drama space. From working with Drama Alert back then, it just like how people get so consumed in other people's lives. It's like gross, and I'm glad Rex not like that. He's actually been one of the realest people I've met and on this platform, and I'm glad I met him. What? It's almost a year now, right, Rex? Going on a
Yeah,
year.
thanks.
Pretty
And yeah,
close.
wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a while.
I just like when he posts like random Twitters, like his little post on Twitter. It'll be the randomest thing. Like he won't post nothing for a few days, and then randomly he's just like, it's like I judge people. What was it? I judge people based on the type of socks they wear.
No,
Like
I judge them
that shit
based
was
off their
funny.
socks, but
Yeah,
that's so
yeah.
true.
Like and then I commented. I said people who wear white socks can't be trusted.
Yeah, and that's actually why I agreed to come on here, just because we share that value. If you wear white socks, I do not, like. I'm almost for sure I've said word for word that like you, white socks is not it.
Well,
No, it's not. It's not. We can, and I'll start all the wars over that. If you're wearing white socks, you got smelly feet, and you do weird things.
well, I got blocked because I said I don't wear socks. So
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
That's see, now we can't even judge you
yeah.
or determine who you are because you're just letting your freaking feet hang loose.
Listen,
That's
I'm
gross.
the guy that wears Crocs during the day and during the night.
Ugh.
Well, I guess then that's like, acceptable, I guess, but
You
I don't
got you
know.
gotta let the
I've
dogs
always got
breathe.
bombas on.
Oh,
What?
Bomba socks. Bombas.
I had to look at those. I've never heard of those.
Dude, they're the best. And plus, like half the money that they donate, half the money they raise.
that's actually dope. Where does it go? Do you know?
To save bees.
Oh,
Hey, see, and that's awesome. They save bees, and we do beekeeping.
that's awesome.
So
What are some things you want to see like Kick improve on, or if anything, is there anything you'd like to see?
Um, the only thing I'd say is stop making my phone so fucking hot.
Oh, you mean
That's
with the
about it,
app?
dude. Like I don't.
It
I
does
don't
run
like.
hard. It does run hard on my, and I got an iPhone 14, and it runs hard on it.
It makes my phone so hot.
Is is there any streamers you'd like to see like get more spotlight or any of like anyone? I know you watch a few. I don't know how inclined you are anymore in the last couple months, but you were pretty into it.
I think get the spotlight more is all like.
From your
I mean, honestly,
perspective,
obviously,
you know.
like all my friends do well and all that, but at the same time, a lot of this stuff is like it's what you put into it,
Yeah.
you know.
Mhm.
And when you can, the one thing, like, I'm not a streamer, so it's hard for me to speak on. Granted, like from I do own businesses now though, like, and I do well, and uh, the only thing it's like it's not really my spot to speak on, because it's just such an easy argument to like
Well,
whatever.
yeah. I know. I get
Well,
that.
this is, I guess,
But
it'd be more of an opinion question. Like, who do you like?
yeah,
Like people you're watching right now. Is there any specific ones you'd love to see?
more so like I would like, you know, my friends to do well, but again, it's I want whoever's putting into work to do well. That's kind of how I feel about things.
I mean, that's a good answer. You know, and I know you're trying to be not biased or anything, or saying specific people, which
But
is
that's
fine.
because like regardless of like my friends or anything like that, if they're not
Yeah.
putting the work in or like, you know, doing things like to show their value, then it's like, well, that's on you kind of thing. I can
Yeah.
still go watch you though. It's not going
Yeah.
to change anything. I can still go watch.
Yeah. And I like,
Big accountability thing though, right there. I like that.
Yeah.
and I think from like from us almost meeting a year from now, you've seen me grow. You've seen me put in the work.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
like for a good example, so the people watching can understand like that type of thing rec likes, or like that's what you see value wise,
Who,
growth, and
who's
as a
your
person.
who's your comfort streamers right now? Like, if give me the top three that if you were just to kick back and you needed a day relax, who are you watching?
Um, if I'm going to just go watch someone just like stream, just kind of, it now, am I like just lurking and watching, or am I like interact? Because a lot of times if I'm watching, I don't interact because I just
Okay, yeah,
don't.
I just want your like. I want to chill. I want to watch somebody.
Uh,
I'm lurking. I'm relaxing.
so it kind of varies from like whatever the game is at that time. Like I'm into,
Okay, okay,
granted,
okay.
because like I'm the type where I can't play more than one game at a time.
Yeah.
So like I'm watching, like if I'm fixated on Counter Strike, I'm gonna watch probably a Counter Strike streamer. Or if I'm fixated on Call of Duty, I'm gonna fix it. Like that's what I'm gonna watch. Um, but like I like to watch people that are good and entertaining. I get, but like I don't know, like they're like for example, I like watching Cody play a lot because, dude,
Like he's a
some of the
demon.
shots he hits
He is a
is
demon.
ridiculous, and he like he'll use a sniper a lot, and I like yeah. Or and he's not this other guy. He's not even on kick. Uh, is God Bowser. He's disgusting at Call of Duty. Or yeah, that's people that whatever. Like I'll jump around from like new people all the time.
Okay, okay.
He's like
So
a
yours
hooker
just
on the corner, and like he's
Yeah.
just
he's just sharing. I got
jump
you.
to each corner at this point.
I like that. Whatever. And see, I'm opposite. Like if I'm playing a game, I can't watch that game. So like I'll play Fortnite. I can't watch people play Fortnite. I don't know why. I think it's just because I get burnt out on the game, seeing it so
Mm-hmm.
much. I'm the same way with a lot of other games. Like I love playing the Fallout games, and then the new TV show just came out on Amazon, and everybody's playing it. I can't watch them play it because that's my game. I don't want to just sit and watch it, then go play it, and then watch it, then go play it. It's too much for me. So I'm kind of the opposite. But I like that answer. That was really awesome. You got anything else, Chippy?
Uh, what the problem is like Rec and I've had these conversations so many times. It's
Yeah.
like
See,
I already know who he is, and like this interview,
I know,
right?
and I'm a little frustrated. I'm a little frustrated that my internet decided to act up, like right when we're getting ready to do this, and that so like my mind kind of went blank.
It's all good.
So
Um,
I have some things I can touch on.
yeah, touch on it. Touch on it. This is
S-
you, man.
So like from when I came into this like this space, and when I when I first started gifting a lot, um I didn't even necessarily like that wasn't my intentions at first. It just kind of, you know, happened. Like I don't know. It was to me. It was nice feeling like giving back to people that
Y-
helped me when I was like, even if it wasn't like this, obviously the same specific people, but like there were certain people, and that's kind of what started it. And because I, from when the crypto stuff, the one thing that I did was when I made money, pulled it out, paid off my parents' debt, and paid off mine, uh, and then I I bought businesses like restaurants, um, and it just went way better than I even expected, and it kind of came up with my own little what's it called? My own little method to doing it, and it's been working really well. So like when I started gifting though, like I was in a position, not that I like, I I just wanted to give back and whatnot, and it was fun playing with a lot of the people that I'd give to. But and yeah, like I still trade crypto now, but like I'm not nearly as much into it when I first like had got started, and I don't do meme coins nearly as much, but I still do. Um, I just don't post about it much because it's the easiest way to like lose all your money. And
Yeah.
yeah, but now like it's a lot more now. Businesses outside the internet that has kind of
What are those
allowed me
businesses
to
like?
be
Yeah.
like this.
Like, if you don't mind me asking, like, how many businesses do you own? Because you keep saying with an S, like, there's a lot. I mean, how many do
Yeah,
you own, if you don't mind me
I
asking?
own 3 restaurants and a bar now.
Holy crap, that's
That
awesome.
has increased since the last time he's told me. By the way,
Yeah, I've been busy. I did just start a. I just bought another house that beginning to renovate and just trying to stay busy, man. And like I don't know, I feel like they always say diversify and such. And that's the best. So I figured, well, probably a good thing to also apply to businesses and
hmm
just trying to keep building it.
are you still working on cars and stuff too, or are you like not doing that
That's more of
anymore?
like a hobby.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you still work a regular, like, 9 to 5 job or anything like that, or is it all just straight into the businesses?
Oh no, I quit. I actually quit before I had opened or started any business just from crypto trading.
Okay. Okay, that's
And when I
awesome,
did
actually.
that, I knew like the markets go in cycles and such, and I, I didn't, I still don't know if I fully believe that like it's sustainable to live just off of, and that's kind of why I've got such a drive to
But keep
open
investing your
businesses
money.
and
Yeah,
kind of
you're
Oh yeah,
investing.
because you're not
Invest
trying
it.
to
right.
just live comfortable off of hoping that well, like, before you bought the restaurants or the bar, have you ever had any kind of experience in owning a business like that, or even
Not
working in them?
oh yeah. My dad used to own a restaurant
Okay, so you're still
that
kind of
he
so you had some knowledge beforehand.
yep, and so and like it's when you break it down, you deal with P&Ls and such. And when I was the youngest manager actually in the company, and when I became director of operations, so what I used to do was I was responsible for um, try not to give too much information, but like the play like the managers I would oversee, like I would go through their numbers and whatnot, and it's very like comparable. And yeah, it was easy to kind of transition.
Okay. Do you so did you go to college or anything like that? You got any after high school education, or are you just a self-built man?
Um, yeah, I went to college, I got a degree, and now I'm here.
Man, I thought he was a
Business and
dropout. I'm
business.
gonna be honest. I thought you were a dropout.
No, no, no.
I thought you were like one of
I
those
was a bad
miracles.
kid. I was a bad kid.
I
Like
mean,
growing up, I
I
was
know some stories. I don't know if you want to share those stories for legal
not too
reasons.
many, but like I was a bad kid. I
I
was in
mean,
trouble
he
a lot.
wrecked on arrival, right?
Yeah, like just kind of like I was always mouthy. I like to fight and whatnot. I mean, I get older and
You know,
also I
like
think I
w- when you told me about these stories, is like I can't see it, but like after like knowing you for almost a year now, I was like maybe he could have done those things, but at the same
Listen,
time,
it's
like
some of
you
them.
grew up, you know.
It's some of those soft spoken dudes that are the fucking craziest, man. They're like when they're soft spoken, they just make up for it to beat the hell out of somebody.
I did 18 years of mixed martial arts,
Yeah, see,
Well,
he's very
and
soft spoken and he knows he can really fuck somebody up, so he doesn't have to be loud and aggressive. He just whooped their ass.
I think growing up though also just changes, you know, and
It
as you
does.
get responsibilities and such, and like you got things to lose and such, it really changed. Actually, a buddy of mine and I were just talking about this. It was just like, you know, uh, when you got things to lose, when you have like, it's just the trouble's never really worth it.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I had my daughter, my first daughter, and that's what changed me. It made me grow up. I got my shit together, finished school and or finished college, and been busting my ass with work and stuff. So yeah, when you really have something out there like that or whatever it is, and with you, you care for your family, so you had a real drive in you to make sure you took care of them during the tough times. So um, yeah, you got to have that one thing or whatever it is that drives you to change and do better.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Like I just look back on so many of like situations, and I think now is like no, not none of it, but like a lot of it rarely ever worth it. And I used to be like a big like I used to go out all the time. Like I was, you see me now, it's like Friday, Saturday night. I'm in on a video game or something. I don't care at all because that was the other thing too. Is like going out to me, it just was always trouble. I look
Same.
like I know no one really knows what I look like, and I don't really want to dox, but like I look like a douche. So I am.
I can confirm that. I was shell
Yeah, I've
shocked
showed
when I seen him. I was like, no fucking way. The voice does not match the face. I was my
I've
reaction
actually
was
doxed my
priceless.
body on Twitter.
You have done that. That is actually you on Twitter. People
Yeah.
probably didn't believe it at all either, but you are fucking ripped.
I
You
know,
are.
dude. Everybody always thinks I'm like I don't know. They have a they're. I've met some people, and they're always so like surprised.
Yeah, I'm still surprised. But like, kudos to you. You're healthy. You're fucking ripped. You're living the life now. And from knowing you and knowing all your stories, it actually like it's almost inspiring to like know you as a person, as a friend over this last year, and
Thanks, it means a
just
lot.
just to like see everything about you, not to like jerk you off or anything, but it is inspiring from my perspective, just because how well I know you and like how much you actually shared with me and trust me. Even bringing you on here, I know you've had requests to do podcasts before. You've denied them, you know,
I
and
don't necessarily deny them. I just, as you know, I am the worst person when it comes to like scheduling and such.
yeah. It, it
And
it is
like
hard
we became friends, so like it was much more important to like not like against anybody else. It was just
not to
we're
blow it
friends,
off,
so
right?
I wanted to.
And I appreciate that. I was excited for this because again, with me seeing from the streaming side, um people chase folks that have gifted like you have, and they make it hard for folks to get to know you because they're the idiots that just want to get you for your money. And I think this is a good opportunity for us to kind of talk to you, just have this conversation so people can see that you are a human. You've had struggles, you've busted your ass, you've built your own little empire, and you know you're not dumb, so stop trying to weasel money out of him. And honestly, I was just excited to get to have a conversation with you.
I appreciate it. Yeah, my like uh, when it comes to like success part of it too is like I don't know. I deal with people so much. People are pretty obvious and whatnot and blatant with their intentions typically.
Mhm.
So it's like it doesn't really take much out of me. It doesn't bother me much like at all because again, like when I started in crypto when I had the $300, I get it. Like you know, we're all trying to make our situations easier. So that's it's kind of like a you know I don't really get
gotta
mad or
you
anything.
gotta
with anybody.
respect the hustle at some point, but at the
Right,
same
like,
time,
hey,
it's like
you're still trying to make your
chill.
situation easier.
You know,
Now, this isn't like an invitation for people to start DMing me for fucking money. That is not it.
But let's make that clear. This isn't a go ask Rec for money.
Listen,
Don't do
if I
that.
hear any of you DMing Rec, he will send me the screenshots of the DM. I will post them on Twitter, and I will
No, I
let
won't.
your own
I won't
faith.
because I don't open them. I just,
That is true.
Yes.
You don't open DMs.
Like,
dude, I'm
hey,
the worst at answering.
like get your bag. Just don't beg for that bag from somebody else. Respect him. He's a human. He's a very smart guy. He knows what you're doing. I know there's some folks out here in the world that were gifting, and then they had people attached to them, and they thought they had friends, and then when that slowed down, they disappeared. Just take care of yourself. But yes, respect Rect. He is a very smart guy. He's just another human on this earth living life like we are. So take it easy on him.
This is like the craziest thing about the whole like attaching to gifters. I hate saying that because like I built a friendship with Rec and other gifters, right? And like when people use that term, it's just like to me they're just another human being,
This
like
is our opportunity to
yeah,
show that you hear Rec's voice. This is Rect.
he's real. He's not an AI. He's not a female.
He's not some fucking bank just sending money
I'm
out.
not an
He's a
internet
human.
weeb either.
Yeah, he is the opposite of an internet weeb. Not based off his profile picture, but he.
I know it looks. It was like it was an NFT that I got, and I showed the love to it and whatnot. And
Do
then I
you
just
still
kept
have it?
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
It's like
I'm
personalized for me.
I'm glad you said that. You got into crypto. Did you ever get into NFT?
Um, yeah, I lost a bunch of money on them.
Yeah, I'd actually had done that for a little bit because obviously one of my favorite bands is Avenged Sevenfold, and they push the blockchain NFT. A lot like I actually have. mm, If you buy certain merch for them, you can scan it and it brings up NFT stuff. They're really big into the Web3. But yeah, I'd had bought some long ago, and they're. I mean, I didn't pay much. I paid like $30 for a few of them
Yeah,
just
it's
because I
not.
liked them.
Most
But
of them are
like,
scams.
yeah, and the resale on them right now is like is shit. They're just mine. I basically bought fancy artwork or computer artwork.
I bought a
Um,
stock photo of a raccoon for $13,000.
Holy shit!
It's worth nothing right now.
at least you
Yeah.
have it. You own it.
Dude, thank God.
You can use it as like
That's what I
a
need.
business move. Put it as like a stamp.
Didn't someone take an NFT and they sell things at Walmart and it's got a picture of an NFT? It's the monkey dude. It's like they're selling beer or something.
Yes, I know what
Yeah.
you're talking
Okay.
about. I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah. Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
beer it is, but yes, that is a
Uh-huh.
thing. That is an NFT.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely, but see that's a good attempt to not, to turn something into it. I don't know.
Okay. I was just curious. You did the crypto. I was wondering. I haven't really talked to anybody that's been in the NFT scene. I've seen it. Obviously, we saw all the people paying like millions of dollars for fucking digital.
They
photos.
still are. That I just
I
watched.
think a lot of that's just wash trading. But
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
well, FaZe Banks. I don't know if you know who he is, but
yeah.
he's heavily into the NFTs. He just made a
Oh, yeah, that's
purchase
because
for
he was in the meme coins and
Yeah.
when FaZe rugged a bunch of people, scammed a bunch of people. I lost 20 grand on their scam.
Jesus. But
Did you ever fall for what's the one that Tom Brady did? That the dude just went to jail for.
FTX.
Yes. Did you ever get into any of that?
Yeah, but that was a little different because that was a platform.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like Tom Brady was
I mean, he
a
didn't
part
really
of
have
like a
nothing to do with it. He was just a spokesman
right,
kind of way
right.
for it. Like, yeah.
It's like it's a big difference, but yeah, I lost 6 figures on that.
Oh my god, it's crazy how that kid, that dude's only like 26 now, and he got people to give him fucking tons of money, and he went and lived his best life for a little bit.
I think that's
Yeah,
the
he was
story with a
using
lot of
customer
them.
funds to trade.
Yeah, yeah, and he was like partying and living good, and then they were like, "Hey, I want my money back," and they realized it was gone.
Well, it was like a bank run and such. It's like
Hmm.
you go to withdraw the funds, but they don't have all the backings. And it was I don't necessarily remember how it
I read
all
into
folded
it,
out.
and then I was just still mind blown that somebody would let a 26-year-old run around with that kind of money. But whatever.
I mean,
But
there
I
was a, I want to say a 24-year-old that raised 100+ million.
is that the guy that scammed Logan Paul?
No,
No.
this is a different guy completely. He didn't really scam. This guy didn't scam. It's still running
Oh, okay.
and going. But
That's good.
okay.
I do have to ask, how excited are you for your kid to come?
oh, dude, I'm actually like beyond excited. I'm
First kid.
yeah, yep,
Okay, awesome.
yeah.
So are you married, engaged, or just a girlfriend?
Just girlfriend. I was. I don't want to get
Don't
into
don't
that.
don't
Yeah,
mention that too loud.
we're
She
not
might be
gonna get into
listening.
that.
She
We're
might
not
be
gonna
Yeah,
get
yeah,
into
listening.
that.
yeah. That's a good point.
She's not on the
Is there
couch,
yeah.
is she?
now? Is there plans for like natural birth or anything like that, or is there anything that's gonna be? Because like, so I have two daughters. My wife had both of them naturally. No freaking, what's that thing that they give you that numbs
Epidural.
you? Yeah, she had none of that, and watching the birth, first one got me. I think I had what do you call them, an out of body experience. I felt like I could see over my shoulder when all that shit was going down. I just was in shock and awe the second when I was a pro. Um, it's a fucking experience. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm so excited to watch the baby come out because I've heard like different things.
I
But
can
I'm
tell
just
you,
I'm
you'll look at her a little different for a week or two after that because you're trying to still wrap your head around how a human body can fucking do that.
yeah.
Um,
You're like, how the fuck did that come out of you?
I can tell you one thing. Her on our first kid, the midwife, she decided to.
It's a
I don't know why
midwife.
a midwife is basically is the lady that helps give birth.
Oh,
She's the
okay.
one that she's the doctor that helps give birth. She decided to grab the fucking the placenta. It had the umbilical cord, and
Mm.
she held it up, and it looked like a blown up basketball. And she's like, "Look, it's your baby's first apartment," and I about fucking vomited.
What the? That I yeah that I'm gonna tell them right off the bat that shit is to not happen because I don't want to see that.
Yeah, I was fucking. Well, see, like, all I remember is standing there and like it started happening, and like I went into like a sense of panic, and the lady shoved my wife's leg like into my hand, and she says, "Hold that and don't move." And I'm just sitting there, and then the baby comes out, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" And I'm staring at my kid. Then she just holds it up, and I'm like, "Oh." But anyways, it's still a beautiful moment. And then of course, hopefully, the hospital y'all are in has comfortable chairs or a couch for you because they gave me this shitty like recliner that was like laying on concrete.
Yeah, well, I will go buy a chair and bring it in, and I mean a lazy boy.
But yeah, I'm excited for you. That's awesome. First, kids are man, they're an experience. I've never felt like more proud to be a dad than anything. Like just everything that they do from when they start crawling, the walking, the talking, they write, they read. You just got a whole lot in front of you. So
Yeah, my two best friends have uh kids. My one best friend's got one, he's 2, and then the other one's 8 months, and then my other buddy's got 4, and one's 5, one's 2, and or yeah, one's 1, and then one's 3, and then I'm missing one, I think.
I got you.
It's
I'm
a
gonna tell you, your
stepdaughter.
perspective on the world will change when you have a kid. You're a smart guy, but I'm telling you, like I trust things like so much less. I
I
hate
already
going
don't
into
trust
public.
anything.
I hate going into public with my kids because I'm always on like a guard with them. I'm so afraid. I don't trust the world. My kids are homeschooled too. I don't even trust them in the public school system.
I don't blame you.
So, but yes, congratulations. How close are you? Just a few months away before the kid, or how close
June
are you?
is the due date. Yep.
That's awesome. Oof.
Yeah,
You're
very
getting there.
excited.
Hopefully it goes well for your lovely lady. I know you guys are a pretty good match from what I know.
Yeah, she's the
Eh,
best.
eh, and I do hope it goes
I'm not
well.
like I know like right now and such like I come off very like I'm pretty I'm now I am very easygoing and such, but
Yeah.
like I'm still a huge pain in the ass. I already know it. and
I think
she
we
makes it
all
seem
are.
like it's a walk in the park.
I think we all are. We have a significant other, and I'm probably I know Chippy's annoying as shit. I think she's about to choke him. I think she was about to choke him with the vacuum cord the other day when we were trying to do our second episode. It was our first or second. I think it was our second
Yeah,
episode.
the
He was supposed
second.
to go help her clean, and the video was having issue and rendering, and she come in there and she's like, "I thought you said 30 minutes." And
Yeah. Oh, I've heard that a few times because he's like, I'm gonna play one more. Yeah. But I'm
Yeah.
usually a bad
bad
influence.
influence. Yeah,
Well, it's not a
we keep her
bad
straight though.
influence. It's you know, like I enjoy this, right? And she knows that, and like uh, it's really my biggest outlet. All this, even doing this and then streaming, it's more than just a hobby for me. It's something I want to take full time eventually, and she understands that. So she does give me a hard time, but at the same time, she respects it. But I love her to death. She likes to give me shit. I'd give it back 10 times fold if I could, but I don't want to get hit by a flip flop or something.
Um, so that's all I got, Rect. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Getting to know you a little bit more. Um,
Yeah,
I think you've done awesome. You've done a lot of good things. Again, congratulations on the kid.
Thanks, man.
Big things coming. Best of luck to you with all your ventures. If you buy any more businesses, if you do any more crypto, I'd love seeing people succeed and knowing that you went from riding the biggest struggle bus to making sure you didn't have to worry anymore. That's amazing. It's real. It's again, like Chippy said, it's really inspiring. I'm big into business. I love watching success stories and stuff like that. So you've just given me more fuel for my fire.
Yeah, is
Yeah,
there
thanks, man.
anything else you'd want to share with anyone, like any information you want to get out there? Any meme coins you want to shout
I ain't
out?
talking about no. Hell no.
I'm just kidding. I know
I know I've
it's a
expressed
joke.
to you plenty of times. Like I remember there was a few times like people were like, "You're just doing this so you could push me the certain coins or whatever like that onto us." Blah blah. And I was like, "No,
You
I
were
don't.
like
I
the
don't."
last person to post about a coin. Like, and if you do, you retweet something. That's it.
Yeah, I try to be careful now. Like, just because like
You just don't know who's
they're,
looking.
they're so they're so risky, and I know like that, and especially when I go from in like gifting like that, it's like I could potentially send the wrong message, and then I send something about money, and it's like referring to it, and it's like, no, stay away. Like they're all scams.
Yeah, pretty much. Don't do
Like if
crypto.
you aren't in this space or understand it, it's hard.
Yeah. So his message is don't do crypto unless you're a smart individual with money to lose.
You know,
Just
no,
like
no,
going to a
no. I
casino.
wouldn't say you got to be smart.
No, you
Trust
don't.
me,
Gotta watch it.
there's
You just gotta watch it. You have to know when they're heavily investing in it, and you just gotta pay attention for the trend because when they all start pulling out, it's when you're gonna lose your money.
yeah, you just got to like pretty much be in there and watch how it kind of works.
Not be the last guy to pull out.
Basically,
That
Yeah.
life lesson for a lot of things right there.
Well,
Well, I
I don't know if I want to be in too many positions where everyone got a bunch of dudes trying to pull out of something. I think I
no.
gotta stick to just crypto,
Yeah, maybe just
or I
maybe
guess the crypto or the Counter-Strike skins.
true. That is how we connected really well on with is Counter-Strike, which is awesome. You do need to get back to playing that. But we are ending this interview short. Well, not short, but it has been a good almost an hour.
Yeah, I'm pretty direct.
Yeah. There's like that's another thing, guys. Like he's a direct guy, straightforward. Don't beat around the bush.
so if you get in his DM and he does finally answer it, he might be a little direct and hurt your feelings. I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much. That's
Yeah.
that's the simple thing about Rect on arrival. But I do appreciate you coming on, Rect. Again, if you have
Thanks for having me, guys.
any messages to any of your so-called fans, I don't know what you want to call them,
I
but
got fans.
fans, you got Twitter following.
No.
No message. Okay, there you have it. Wrecked on arrival. I appreciate you coming on, brother. It means a lot to me. Again, you'll probably see him on my streams. If you guys have any questions for him, just throw it in the chat or anything. Just, treat him like a human fucking being. That's all we ask. And that goes for any gifters or any.
Unless you want to treat me like a god,
Well,
that's cool too.
yeah, well, you can worship him too. He does
But I
like
want
that
to be
ego.
the church where you have to donate your money to.
Oh, okay. I'll set up the GoFundMe. We'll get this all straight away.
I'm broke now, so I need it.
Okay. Well, you hear it first. Rec is broke. Rec is broke, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming on to the podcast. We will see you in the next episode. See you guys.
Peace.